Okay, we're live. Go, Kels.
All right, guys, how we doing today? Ryan Kelly here with Crossover Report. I'm in the walk-off portion of that alongside our two football guys, Mike Millsaps, Jason Pincus. How we doing, guys?
Doing real good today.
We're
Real good.
good. We're good.
Also along with us, Ben Dayton, our newest contributor to the walk-off report. Ben, how we doing?
We're good, Kels.
All right, Millsy, you want to start us off today with some pop culture?
Yeah, so basically, for the third time, because we've had some problems here, so today the Blackhawks got to visit the White House to celebrate their championship, winning the Stanley Cup in 2015. And I just came across thinking, what is Obama's favorite championship team? Because he's a big Chicago guy, so we could like the Hawks. But there's also NBA. LeBron's been there. Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. So basically, I just want to ask you guys, what do you think is Obama's favorite championship team that's visited the White House?
I know we've talked about this a lot earlier, Mills. And we all know President Obama, a big basketball fan. So I'm going to say Heat. I know he's connects well with Dwayne Wade, Southside Chicago. I also look at the other side of the spectrum, hockey. Half the guys on that team probably not from America. Some guys can't even fucking speak English probably. So I'm definitely going to go some type of basketball, probably Heat. Ben, guess what do you got?
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with you on that. I mean, the man loves his basketball, and what's better than having three of the biggest stars in the world coming? So it's got to be one of the Heat's titles.
Dayton, you got anything?
Yeah, it's definitely basketball. If you want me to say Heat again, I can. I think it's probably the Lakers. Probably the Lakers in '09 when Kobe came back and got his first one in, 7 years? That was probably his most iconic one, for at least Obama, at least. Probably like that one.
Mills, you got an opinion on that one?
Yeah, I would probably agree with the Wade and the Heat. Just because the Chicago thing. I know Paulie was mentioned earlier with Duke and Coach K and all those guys. With Julia Okafor and just a bunch of Chicago-bred talents in college. He would like those too, but I would agree with the Wade.
All right, so for our next topic, we're going to go to Mr. Dayton. Dayton, what do you got for us today?
All right, so Kanye's new album. Everyone's talking about it. One of the songs is called Facts. It's basically a Nike diss. He's Adidas affiliated. He's got his line on Adidas. And the line is Yeezy, Yeezy, Yeezy just jumped over Jumpman. So the whole thing is this Nike versus Adidas thing. So do we think this actually means anything? Do we think it's a significant deal? They don't have anything on it.
I can take this one. I know that we've talked about it a lot earlier about brand naming. I'm currently taking a marketing class here at Miami where we discuss brand names and we talk about Nike having competition between Under Armour and Adidas, and I just don't see it happening. Nike's ran the table in the sports merchandise industry for 60+ years. Adidas and Under Armour are there. They're just falling a little behind. I don't think this matters, to be honest. Pingus?
I would, I'd have to agree with you on that. I mean, Under Armour just, had that commercial with, the last, 4 MVPs in the major sports have all been Under Armour guys, but when it comes down to it, when you walk into your Foot Locker or, wherever you get your shoes, it's no competition. Nike just completely runs the table in the shoe and clothing market.
Yeah, I would say definitely for sure Nike. I went to ASU, and this year we just switched over from Nike to Adidas, and of the 70,000 people that attend the school, there might have been 5 people that were happy about that change. Everybody's just so loyal to Nike. The only thing that's the downside for Nike is that their products are getting so expensive that Adidas can kind of undercut them, but even then I think people still play the premium for the check mark.
I was gonna say that about how the colleges are making the switch. There's a lot of recruits that say like once they commit somewhere, they're like, oh yeah, I love that it's a Nike school. I like that it's an Adidas school. When places switch, I know when Aaron Kraft decommitted from Tennessee and went to Ohio State, it was like widely expected or suspected that it was because Ohio State was a Nike school.
I do see a lot of appeal though with the Under Armour. I mean, you have Steph Curry, you have Bryce Harper, 2 of the top athletes Tom Brady. So you got the three big sports there. They're all Under Armour guys. You definitely started seeing a trend upward. Definitely doesn't help. It doesn't hurt Adidas that Yeezy came out with this song. I'm not sure it's gonna hurt Nike at all though. On to the next topic. Pincus, what do you have for us this week?
Well, we're talking. I guess I'll bring up something that happened a long time ago, but people are just now bringing into light today with Peyton Manning's situation at Tennessee, where he essentially teabagged one of his trainers during his freshman year. My big thing with this is everybody's treating it like it's a big new thing, but in reality, this has been around for 5 years now. People have been noticing it. I don't know why they're just now bringing it up, almost just to try to rain on his, farewell parade. What do you guys have to think about that one?
I know personally that Mr. Dayton is a diehard Tennessee fan and Peyton Manning fan. Your thoughts on it?
I've had some scorching hot takes on this one, most of which I probably shouldn't put on the internet. But I think just the whole thing with, I think Cam was getting so much negative pub on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's leaving the press conference earlier, not diving for the fumble, being a sore loser, whatever. That I think the first article that broke, it was Sean King, the Black Lives Matter guy, wrote his article about how everyone's bashing Cam, even though Peyton's a horrible person too. Look what he did back in the 90s. I'm shocked that it's gotten this much pub. Like you said, this was news 8 years ago. And yeah, I don't know. I'm shocked it's getting as much attention as it is right now. I don't know what people want to see happen with it. Like, they settled. Like, it's done. It's a done deal.
Yeah, people are they're so upset that, we all don't want to say it, but there was, definitely some underlying, race war kind of feels.
Oh, it was absolutely a racial thing.
Yeah,
sure.
And because everybody's, all the black people want Cam to win, all the white people. I wanted Cam to win. I bet on him, so don't call me racist. But the Sean King thing, he's just looking for any way to white shame people, and just I dislike him to the fullest extent of dislike, and it's not because he's black, it's because he's an idiot, and he's just searching up for things that are just.
A lot of there's a pretty good theory out there that says he's not black. You've heard that one, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting a little off topic here on the.
Hey,
I'll take responsibility for that one. I'll take responsibility.
Manning. So I'm gonna bring up another topic today. You hopefully have noticed, Jared Allen played around 13 seasons in the NFL. Decided to retire today, and probably one of the coolest ways possible. I don't know where he was. He was out in the country, snowy somewhere, on a horse, and I apologize for not having a sunset, but. Had a great NFL career, and then just said, "See ya, fuck it, I'm retiring," and just rode off on a horse. Like, how badass is that? I mean, the guy has always been a class act. We all remember the mullet. We all remember how his intro always includes him saying culinary school. Thoughts on Jared Allen retiring?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's his time. He seemed out of gas in his first year in Chicago in 2014. A little bit rejuvenated this year, but it's time for him to go. I mean, he's the league leader in sacks since '04. He had a great career. It's a little bit of a sour note to end it, but great career, great way to go.
Any other thoughts, boys?
Can you get a DUI on a horse? Because if you could, that would make it 4 career for JA.
That is entirely possible. Let's check our rules guy on that one. I don't know.
We'll talk with our legal team, but
yeah.
My topic of the week, other than Jared Allen, has to be my boy Jimmy Fredette. Comes out, scorches the net in the D-League All-Star game, 35 points. I mean, the Bulls traded away Kirk Heinrich today. I would absolutely love if they picked him up. That's my boy. Thoughts on Jimmer?
Okay, so let me take this real quick. So he scored 35 in a D-League All-Star game. We just saw people almost put up 200 in the NBA All-Star game. I'm pretty sure the people in the NBA are a little bit better than the D-League. There's no defense in the All-Star game. I could probably put up a solid 21 points.
Oh,
He's a joke. He's a joke. He is the worst version of Doug McDermott. He should not be in the league. No, shut up, Kels.
I'm going to jump in and say there are a few athletes, such as Peyton Manning, as you all saw earlier, where I'm willing to just take all logic and throw it out the window. And Jimmer is one of those players. I don't care if he was 1 for 1 from 3. I want Jimmer, and I want him now, and I want him to be signed for any of your local teams. I need more Jimmer in my life.
I'll take him as like a Brian Scalabrine type role, but I'm not anything serious. Like, if
Can you
we
take
want to sign him
as
for the
Matt
fans,
Bonner? Can he be
What?
Matt Bonner?
I don't know. I don't.
give him
I just,
give him 10 minutes off the bench. I mean, look at the
It's
D-League.
never worked. They've tried and it just hasn't worked.
He's a
Yeah.
new
It's
player.
just
New player.
unproduced.
I mean,
He's-
I'll go ahead and say what Doyle was saying. He got some time with the Kings and the Pelicans back when they weren't even remotely good, and he couldn't stay on those teams. So now that the NBA has changed, he doesn't deserve to be on an NBA team.
Although I think if you're saying the NBA's changed, I think he probably fits. I'm not saying he necessarily fits. He fits better into what it's changing to than what it was. If we're gonna go Warriors small ball and just run the living daylights out of you and shoot transition threes.
When Jimmer Fredette leads one of his teams, whatever, into the playoffs, I'm going to pull this CrossTalk back up, and I'll show you.
Kelly, can we make a bet? Can we make the first official crossover report bet? If
I'm
Jimmer
down.
Fredette signs with a team before the end of the year, I'll do some punishment. We'll decide on that.
Well, let's get the punishment right now.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. What's a classic one? What's the one
You
we
got
can-
any fountains at ASU?
I'm not at ASU anymore.
Oh. Do you have any fountains near you?
I actually have a lake outside my house right now.
Okay, lakes are big fountains. We can count that.
Yeah.
That
or
works.
we could go to Lake Michigan because Damiani still never jumped in from his fantasy football bet.
He has not yet paid up his bet. That is true. All right, so if Jimmer Fredette is signed by an NBA team before the end of the season, Millsy is jumping in Lake Michigan, cold as shit Lake Michigan.
Yep. All good.
So that's it.
That's it. All right, and if he doesn't, I will gladly jump in too. Shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh
All right.
God, I think Mills is in trouble on this one.
Could not agree more.
D-League guys get like call up. They get like it's like in the
10-day
AAA
contracts.
when they get 10-day contracts. They get stints when the guys get hurt.
I like my chances a lot.
Well, I bet he's gonna go to like the Spurs. They're just gonna say, hey, yeah, Duncan, Aldridge, Parker, Ginobili, they're all hurt. We're signing Jimmer. We've clinched the 2 seed. Jimmer's gonna play the last 5 games.
He'll
for
score 75 a game then.
Oh my God.
Jimmer
With their
Fredette.
ball movement, I'm sure he could. He'd be wide open in the corner.
Jimmer Fredette in Pop's system, oh my. Oh, I'm getting a hard on.
Maybe you guys are on to something here. Maybe you're on to something.
Yeah, Pinks, you got any comment on the Jimmer?
I mean, I don't see him making it. I've always been a fan of his since his sophomore year in college. I think his time is done. He should try to go overseas and at least make some money while he has a chance.
Okay.
I'm just
So
saying. Well, let's fast forward 2 months here, when Jimmer is scoring 30 a game, playing out the string for the Spurs season. Mills is jumping in the lake, and I'm gonna ride out on a horse into the snowy sunset, a la Jared Allen for calling this.
There you go.
Okay.
So, any last shout-outs or anything you guys got? I know I have one. I'm going to give a quick shout-out. I know we're a day late, but the GOAT, Michael Jordan, turned 53 yesterday, and I guarantee you at age 53 he could still beat a majority, probably 3/4 of the league, if not all of it. Shit.
Yeah, honestly. Happy birthday to MJ. We're all Chicago-based. Most of us are. So everybody loves the GOAT. But as a last thing, I don't know if you guys have listened to it all the way through, but what's your guys' opinion of Life of Pablo, real quick?
Very good. His probably his best album since Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy as a complete album, and it may be even better the more I listen to it. Very, very proud of what he put out. Did a good job.
I've only listened to it pretty briefly. I didn't love listening to it, but I do like it, and I can tell the more I listen to it, I'm gonna really start to appreciate it more. I've heard all my friends hate it, and I don't get it. I think it's pretty good, and I think it's gonna get better the more I listen to it.
This is gonna sound bad. I'll be perfectly honest though. I have not listened to it yet. I'm a big Wiz Khalifa fan. I've been trying to figure out his new album, which dropped a week or two ago.
I like that album too. I like that album probably more so far.
We'll get to Pablo at a later time. Any last quick shout outs, Pincus or Dayton?
I'm good.
I got nothing.
All right, nothing. Well, Ryan Kelly here, Pincus, Millsy, and Dayton. Thank you for listening in to our second ever episode of CrossTalk. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, peace, everybody.
All right, see ya.